राम नाम घन श्याम नाम, शिव नाम सिमर दिन रात, हरि नाम सिमर दिन रात। राम नाम घन श्याम नाम, शिव नाम सिमर दिन रात, हरि नाम सिमर दिन रात। जन्म सफल तू कर ले अपना, जन्म सफल तू कर ले अपना, मान ले मेरी बात, मान ले मेरी बात। हरि नाम सिमर दिन रात, हरि नाम सिमर दिन रात। धन्य धन्य वो भूमि जहाँ पर लिया प्रभु ने अवतार, धन्य है वो स्थान जहाँ प्रभु प्रेम का हो प्रचार। धन्य वो तीरथ जिनकी यात्रा, धन्य वो तीरथ जिनकी यात्रा, मुक्ति की है बात। हरि नाम सिमर दिन रात, हरि नाम सिमर दिन रात। राम नाम घन श्याम नाम, शिव नाम सिमर दिन रात, हरि नाम सिमर दिन रात। काम क्रोध मोह लोभ छोड़ कर नाम प्रभु का गाले, मानुष तन जो पाया उसका सच्चा लाभ उठा ले। जीवन है अनमोल सी धारा, जीवन है अनमोल सी धारा, पल पल बीतत जात। हरि नाम सिमर दिन रात, हरि नाम सिमर दिन रात। राम नाम घन श्याम नाम, शिव नाम सिमर दिन रात, हरि नाम सिमर दिन रात। जन्म सफल तू कर ले अपना, जन्म सफल तू कर ले अपना, मान ले मेरी बात। हरि नाम सिमर दिन रात, हरि नाम सिमर दिन रात, हरि नाम सिमर दिन रात।
Namaskar everyone. Welcome to today's session. Today is the practical session, so I hand over to Monica Dee for the demonstration. Thank you.
Thank you, Aditi. Good morning to everyone. Namaste and a happy Karwa Chauth to those who are observing it. So far we have been working on modifications of postures, why we modify them, and some simple variations of them, and also how to modify them. The last class we had worked with children, and we had done one class to see how differently we have to plan a class when we are working with children because of their age, their energy levels, their requirements. So the class or the practice also has to be adapted to suit them. Now continuing with our modifications and variations, we'll start with the prayer. So. Om सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति. We can slowly open our eyes. Let's start with 5 breaths and slow inhale, long and slow exhale. Let's do 5 breaths, bringing yourself here. Okay, when you're done with 5 breaths, we can open our eyes. As always, we'll do a little bit of warm up of at least the neck, shoulders. So let's start with the neck. So let's do right hand side. So you can just use your hand a little bit to press. You can also, if you want to make it more intense, take the hand behind you. Take 1 or 2 breaths here, just pulling the neck a little bit more than it's usual. Come to the center and the other side. You can use the hand and take one hand behind. Stay for 2 breaths. Keep breathing, always aligning your breath and movement. And release. Let's look to the right side. Exhale. Use your eyes also. So simultaneously, we'll work on the eyes. Inhale, exhale to the other side. One more time. Inhale, come to the center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Let's do a full rotation. Inhale, back and exhale down. Those of you who have cervical, the forward bending of the neck would be a problem, so you can avoid that. That's why we are usually doing sides. Do 2 rotations, clockwise and 2 anti-clockwise. Again, half a circle you can take in inhale, half a circle you can take in exhale. Very nice. We can do a simple rotation of the wrist. Come inside, close the fist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And release. Okay, let's stand. Take 1, 2, 3, and stand. Okay, let's move the mat a little bit at the back. Yes. So today we'll actually be working on prone posture, which is lying on the stomach. But in order to have a little bit of practice also, we'll start with standing and we'll recap we have done a few modifications. So today we'll start with the Tarasana, and let us do the variation in which we are raising the heels as well. So let's raise the arms from the front. Raise your heels. Keep the body weight slightly forward. Stay here for one breath. Very nice. If you're feeling out of balance, if you have a wall, go ahead. We have used a variation using the wall also. If you're okay without the wall, that's fine. Exhale, come down, bringing your arms down. Very nice. This time we'll raise both arms from the side. Inhale, raise the arms from the side, come up. Again, stay for a breath. Exhale, stay here. Inhale, stay here. Exhale, bring your arms from the side and come down slowly. Okay, this time we do one new thing, which is we raise the arms from the front. We'll slightly arch back as we go into Tadasana, raising heels. So this will also work on opening the chest, opening the back, and exhale, coming down. Very nice. Let's step back. Come here and face that side so that we can take one step forward. So feet slightly apart, about hip distance. Yes, facing the wall in front of you or however you're standing. On step forward, a big step with your right foot. Turn the back foot, the left foot 45 degrees. So at this point, your hip should still be facing the front. Very nice. We'll do the combination of the Veerbhadrasana and the Paschimottanasana, which is the forward bend. So inhale, raise your arms from the front, bend the front knee, arch back, looking forward. Don't bend the left leg. Keep the left leg very straight. Stay here for a breath. Arch the back, so you're really stretching the abdomen, you're arching back. On the exhale, bend forward. If you can, straightening the front knee as much as is possible. Very nice. So, Pratosh, keep your knee bent slightly. Yes, I want you to try and have your chest to your thigh. Very nice. Keep that there. On the exhale, try to straighten the knee without letting your chest go away from your knee. So you will really stretch the hamstring here. And slowly inhale, come up into again Veerbhadrasana or warrior pose, back arch. Stay here for a breath. Remember, your back leg, your left leg is your anchor, so this should be very straight and stuck to the floor. If it's wobbly, you will lose balance. Exhale, bend forward again. Very nice. Keeping the chest at the thigh. Relax your head. Relax your elbows. Very nice. Stay for a breath. Trying to straighten this knee. Inhale, raise your arms and come back to starting position. Exhale, drop your arms and straighten the front knee. Now step back and step forward with your left foot. And turn the right foot 45 degrees. Your hips should still be facing front. You should not be facing outside. For reference, I'm referring to the hip as this. So inhale, raise your arms from the front, bend the front knee, arch back, stretch the abdomen, open the chest. Feel the expansiveness in this. So take a breath. You will feel you can take a better inhale to take advantage of that, to take a fuller breath. You feel that this is a posture which gives you energy. That is why it's also called the warrior pose. So you want to also feel that. Exhale, bend forward and keeping the back knee very straight. Remember to try and bring the chest down to the thigh so you can bend the front knee. This all depends on the flexibility level of your body. That is why we are doing variations and modifications, because every body is not the same. Inhale, stay here. Exhale, try to straighten the knee. At your own level, we want to work on the body. So you could be very stiff or very flexible. The practice will have to vary. Again, inhale, come up, raising your arms from the front. Arch back, so come up, arching back. Nice, open the chest, stay here for a breath. There is a tendency to hold the breath. We want to avoid that. It is okay to take More breaths if you need it. Very good. On the exhale, one more time. Bend forward, trying to bring the chest close to the thigh. Relax the head, but keep this leg alert. So on the exhale, try to straighten the knee, completely isolating that. Very nice. Inhale, raise your arms from the front, come up to starting position. Exhale, drop your arms from the side and straighten the front knee. Okay. And let us now bring your feet together. Okay. Now you face the front. We'll do a Trikonasana and a Parivritti Trikonasana. We have covered these in the first class, but we are doing this for the sake of practice and also a recap. Let's take one big step to the side. Yes. Okay. Inhale, raise your arms from the side. Shoulder height and pull the shoulders down. Yes, but lengthening out of your hands. So you're growing out of your hands. Keep starting posture you want to be very clear with so that your alignment is in place. Once you're in place and you're stable with the floor, it's easy to move in and out of standing postures. Exhale, on the exhale, you turn to the right, look up. So we are doing the classical. In this, we are not doing the modification. However, if somebody wants, they can bend the knee if it's difficult for you to keep it straight. In this, you have to remember that your chest should not come forward and the hips should also stay open. Inhale, come up. Exhale to the left. Again, you have the option of bending the knee. We have an option of keeping a stool there. We have an option of keeping the knees straight. It is not wrong to modify. We have to suit practice for ourselves. Inhale, come up, remembering that we have to work on the function also of the posture. This time on the exhale, bending forward, take the right arm to the left leg. So this is your twisted triangle or Parivritti Trikonasana. So exhale, start bending forward and now take the right arm towards the left. Again, in the classical posture, we are keeping the legs straight. But if we are doing modifications, we have the option of bending the knee. We have the option of having we can even have a stool here, as long as we also try to have a nice straight shoulders. So the shoulder blades is what we want to work on. So depending on your body's flexibility and ability, inhale, come up, all the way up. Exhale and twisting to the other side. We want to keep the alignment. We don't want the alignment to go in the posture, but we can use props. We can modify it for getting maximum benefit. Very nice. Stay here for a breath. Again, you can bend the knee also, the same side knee. Knee come up. All the way up. Exhale, drop both your arms. Okay, nice. Let's move to lying on your back. Rest for a few breaths. If you need a rolled towel or even a pillow is okay, you can do that depending again on the requirement of your neck. Not only that, some people's shape of the neck is different. Somebody could have a problem. You could have an injury. Maybe on a particular day you have not slept well. So the neck is feeling a bit more stiff than usual, even though we have opened the neck. So we do have all these options for us to use. Okay, take a few breaths, rest here. We'll do a few, we'll recap a few postures we have covered, and then we'll move on to the focus of the day, which is going to be modifications of postures done lying on your stomach. As we are staying here, you can have a focus on your breath. In the practice, we have the option of doing all the postures with Ujjayi also. Ujjayi is the breathing in which we create a constriction in the throat to elongate the breath at will. What that does is that it makes the breath very conscious, it makes the breath slower. At the same time, it also begins to generate heat in the body, which cleanses the nadis. But those of you who are not able to do J, it's fine to even just deep breathing. Okay, when you're done, let's hug both knees. So in Pavan Muktasana or the Apanasana as it's called in different schools, the idea being that it is an eliminative posture in which you are working on the Apana Vayu, which is the Vayu or the air, prana, which is responsible for flow downwards. And it is a cleansing breath. So let's stay here for 2 to 3 breaths. And if we want to make it a little bit more intense for the abdominal as well as more cleansing, you can even lift your chin. Those of you who have severe cervical, of course, will not be lifting their neck like this. Stay again for a breath. And then release. Bring your head down first. Release your hands on your side. And keep your feet down. Bend your knees. We'll do the Setu Bandhasana or the Dvipadapitham. So keep your feet. We'll do actually two variations then. First, in which we'll keep the feet hip apart. So this is fine. And you can keep your arms to the side also. Okay. Relax the arm wherever you can, maybe a little lower. Yes. Inhale and lift the entire torso off. On the inhale, press the feet. No, no. Lift the spine off the floor. The feet will be firmly on the floor. Very nice. So remember, first movement comes with consciously pressing the feet into the floor, evenly distributed weight on foot, the knee and the ankle should be aligned. Avoid the tendency of either the knees going out or the knees coming in. We want to keep this alignment. Exhale, slowly come down. Okay, let's now try once with both the knees together, both the feet together, which is the more intense version for the lower back. And in this also, the tendency for most people would be to have the knee peeling off. So if you're actually doing this, consciously you have chosen to do the variation, you need to keep the knees together also. Inhale, come up. So whatever modification or variation we are choosing will have some special effect on that particular, on the different. This is more intense for the lower back. And you will find that you might not be able to go higher because of the positioning. Exhale, come down. One more time. So always remembering that whatever we do very consciously with a particular aim is what makes it. And the intention with which we do is what is the difference between doing yoga or not doing yoga. Exhale, come down. Okay, and release. Take again 1 or 2 breaths. Rest. You can straighten your legs if you like, or if this is comfortable, even when the knee bent is fine, you can have even one knee bent, one knee straight, and okay, now we'll move on to the stomach. So I think I suggest you come head this side so that you have space in front of you for your arms. Keep your rolled towel if you're using it, or even a yoga block if you have it. You can have it handy. So those of you who want to bring that can bring it. Keep it next to them. So take 1 or 2 breaths here and see how differently you feel. So there is form of a posture, and the form also carries with it a feeling at another level. To see how different it is to be lying on your stomach versus lying on your back. This will give you more of a sense of security, stability, because all the organs are close to the floor. So be mindful of those things also. So in this, we have in one set of postures in which you lift the upper body, and one set of postures in which you lift the lower, and one in which you lift both the lower and the upper. So in which we'll be lifting the upper, is most of them are the variations of Bhujang Asana, or what is called the snake pose. So let us start with, keep your elbows bent, and Pratosh, keep your arms by your side. Elbows bent like this. No, elbows. Yes. Forehead on the floor. Yes. In the first variation, the simplest one, we will just lift the chest up. You can use the arms. The elbows will stay in this position. They will not lift off the floor. So just lifting the chest up. Lift up higher. Lift up as much as your elbows allow. So till the elbows will stop, you will lift the chest. Very nice. Exhale, come down. Let's do this one more time. Inhale, lift your chest up. Elbows will stay on the floor, but lift up till the elbows. So you're using the arms on the floor. Exhale, come down. All of the ones in which we are lifting the chest up, these are inhale-based postures, which means that they will really strengthen the lower back. They are also, if you'll notice, they don't give you a very high range of motion, but they are very good for the strengthening of the entire spinal column. Okay, now we'll do one in which now lift your elbows off the floor just an inch. So keep them off the floor. Now lift your chest up. So you are lifting your chest up without taking support from the wall, only by the strength of your prana, which is the upper, the prana in this. The inhale and exhale, come down. So in this also we have two options. This time, let us not lift the neck up too much. So don't turn the head up, okay, Pratosh? Okay, lift up. Keep looking down to the floor. Yes. So don't turn. Very good. Lift up the chest more, but keep the neck looking down. Very nice. So those of you who don't want to work on the neck and the flexibility of the neck and look down, also this will work very differently on the muscles of the neck. Here, exhale, come down. Okay, this time we will open the arms slightly to the front. So make it like a V. A V and a V open like this. So we are working on Bhujang Asana, which is mainly lifting up of the trunk. Inhale, lift up. So lift your arms up. Lift. Again, you can turn the neck forward, or you can continue looking down at the mat. So first time we look down, and the second time we look forward. Exhale, come down. One more time. We'll try and do two of each variation, because it might also become too much for you to be working on only on the upper back or the lower back. Exhale, come down. But since our focus is today on prone postures, obviously we will work more on them. Good. Now we'll bring both arms in front of you. So bring the arms together. We'll do this only one time. Inhale, lift up, and keep looking down. Because in this, you could hurt your neck and shoulders if you are not strong enough or flexible enough. That's why we have come to this after doing a few easier variations. Exhale, come down. A little bit more. So this would be the more advanced version, wherein only for those. So hold this in between. You can take a book which is not very heavy, or the yoga block. Idea is to have the weight in between your arms, and also the holding something in between your arms. Good. Keep it flat and Yeah, no, flat meaning, yeah, this is fine. In between your palms is fine. Now inhale, lift your chest up. Very good. So you find it difficult to lift too much, right, Pratosh? Yes. So also remember to have your neck looking down if you want to protect the neck. So you're looking forward, you will work more on the neck muscles. Exhale, come down. So your range of motion is greatly reduced even when you have a light book or something in middle. So this is more of an advanced version, which we will do only when we have worked on ourselves well enough. One more time. This time, yeah, keep looking down. Very nice. Exhale and come and rest for a bit. Have your feet open. You can keep one hand over the other. Pillow, make a pillow. Take a few breaths rest. You can have your feet flopping outside. See how the breath gets challenged. Even though we are not doing much in just the resisting of gravity, our breath is getting challenged. You will find that you could be easily breathless in this. Okay, very nice. Let's do. We will come back to Bhujang Asana after we have done a little bit of the lower body. So continue to have your one palm over the other, forehead on the hands. And bring your feet together. Keep the feet flat though. Yes. Maybe slightly apart. Yes. Okay. Now keeping the upper body relaxed, which means that your elbows are on the floor, the head is resting comfortably. We will only lift the right leg off the floor, but we will keep the pelvic girdle on the floor. So inhale. Very good. So which means, again, the range of motion is not a lot because we are keeping the pelvis on the floor. So your thigh is coming off the floor though, as much as your lower back, as well as your hip muscles will allow. Exhale, come down. Relax. Now repeat on the other side. Inhale. So this will work on, again, for the lower back, the hip muscles, but remember not to take stress on the upper body. Exhale, come down. Let's do this one more time. Right leg. Inhale. Exhale, down. Inhale, left. Exhale, down. Rest for a bit. Let us now try both legs. It is significantly different when we lift both legs as opposed to lifting one leg because the strength required is a lot more. So let us try. Again, range of motion is not a lot. Unless you're already very strong in your lower back, then of course go ahead and lift as much. Let's try. Inhale, lift up. Very nice. Exhale. So some of you also have the option of taking the hands from below, but we'll actually do it without it. So here you might find, even if you lift the thighs off slightly, it's fine. It is still working. Inhale, lift up. As you will gain strength and flexibility, you'll be able to lift a lot more. However, it will still not be a lot more because we are not lifting the pelvis off the floor. Exhale, come down. And rest. Rest for a bit. Normally in a class, we will not be working in one class on so many of the prone postures, but we are focusing on that variations today. That is why. Normally we would not do more than a few in one class. Okay. Now let's come to trying to do both. in which we lift upper and lower body will come, also called Shalabasi. Okay, so let's have, again, elbows bent to the side, Pratosh, arms, elbows to the side, bring them lower, like we had started. Forehead on the floor. All right. Now, on the inhale, we will lift the chest up and we will bend the right knee. Only bend it. Yes, 90 degrees. So lift the chest up, bend the right knee. In this, we are using both, but in a step-by-step manner, we're first just going to bend the knee. Exhale down. Leg comes down, so the foot comes down, the head comes down. Again, lift, inhale, chest up, bend the left knee. Your knee is not lifting off the floor in this one. So in this, when you bend the knee, this shortens and there is a pull in the lower back. Exhale, come down. Very nice. This time we'll do both knees. So lift the chest up, bend both your knees 90 degrees. You will find that it is harder to do both together. That is why we do it one at a time first. Exhale, come down. Very nice. Okay, let's take, keep both the arms like this only. On the inhale, we will take the right arm in front of us. We will lift the right arm, forehead, chest, and the left leg. So inhale, yes. So one arm, one leg, Shalabasi. This we do before we do the full. Exhale, come down. Again, working on one side at a time, but working on the entire strength of the spine. Inhale, the other side. Exhale, come down. Okay, now we are ready to do the full Jalapasana, which is both arms in front, both legs lifted. But we'll make one step before we do this. Let's have the arms open to the side, or like a V. If you don't have space, then a V. On the inhale, lift the chest, forehead, and both the legs. So first, don't bring the arms forward, Pratosh. Keep the arms open to the side only, as much. Yes. Very good. Exhale, come down. One more time. And come down. Now we will take the arms in front of you. Inhale, raise your arms and your legs together. If you want to keep your neck very protected, keep it looking down. If you want to work a little bit on it and you're no problems in the neck, you can look forward, which means turn the neck upwards. Inhale. So if you're doing this, be sure that your neck has the ability to hold and you will not hurt it. Exhale, come down. Okay, now we'll do, the last will be the most advanced version, in which he will hold the book in the hand. And I will also give him to hold towel in between, or you can have, I would ideally not like a book between the feet. That is why I haven't given a book. But if you have a block, it's fine. Otherwise, maybe a thicker roll towel, then this would be better. Inhale, lift the arms, legs. So both. Again, you'll find considerably harder when you have to hold something. So only and only when you have worked very well on your back would we do this advanced version. Exhale, come. I would advise not to turn the neck in this unless you are advanced in this in the practice. One more time, Pratosh, keeping the head down. Very nice. Inhale up, exhale down, and rest. Relax, feet flopping to the side. Keep your arms however you feel like, either make a pillow, or if you actually have a pillow or a rolled towel, that's also fine. Okay. Let's actually just come into Shashank Asana, Pratosh, just to release the back, because we have worked quite a lot on the prone. So just stay in Shashank Asana for a bit, and we will come back to doing one or two more prones. Just again, in this, you are free to keep your hands wherever you like. You can keep them in front, keep them by your side. You keep them open to the side. You can have make a pillow with your palms. We also want to bring in the element of, joy and pleasure to the body, because that is an important element of the practice. The practice should not only feel like it's painful or difficult to do, but also a pleasurable and an enjoyable thing for the body as well as the senses. Okay, when you feel that the back is slightly released, you're not feeling you're only doing one kind of movement, we will go back and we'll do two more postures in the prone position. Okay. And come back to lying on your stomach. Pratosh, we will do one or two variations of the Dhanurasana. Okay. Dhanurasana is usually the bow pose, or in which we bend both the knees. Let's see how we can actually make it stepwise or easier. So let's bend the right knee. Hold. Yeah, hold it with the same hand. So this hand, we'll again keep the elbow on the side, and to the side, yes. Forehead on the floor. Okay. On the inhale, we will lift the right thigh off the floor and lift the chest. And you can take support of the left hand. So lift up, inhale. So in Dhanurasana, ideally the thigh is lifting off the floor, but again, that depends on the strength that is there in your, muscles in the spine as well as the hips. Exhale, come down. Now we can have the other arm extended in front of you, keep holding. So this hand, right hand will come in front. Inhale, lift the chest up, lift the thigh off, and the left hand extends in front. Yes. Again, you can have the neck looking down, looking forward. So both options. Very good. Exhale, come down. Release and change sides. So hold the left. Inhale, lift the chest up, lift the thigh off. Exhale, come down. Now extend your hand in front of you on the inhale. Exhale, come down. Time with the neck looking down. Exhale, come down. Take a one or two breaths rest, and then we'll go to the full Dhanurasana. Okay. Now hold on to both your ankles. So most of the classical postures demand a lot of flexibility and strength of the body, which mostly modern day age we are not able to have. That is why we have to vary. So inhale, lift the chest up and lift the thighs off. Okay, because the classical full Dhanurasana is where the arms will go and hold on to the ankles, which children find very easy to do because their bodies are still very pliable and flexible and have not developed stiffness. Exhale, come down. The body being fairly unconscious requires a lot of consistent, regular work. So unless you have a practice which starts in childhood and goes all the way into adulthood, body will begin to develop stiffnesses. So since most of us are starting somewhere in our adulthood, we have to make sure that we do not injure the body because we do not have that long-term practice from childhood which we have developed. Otherwise, most of us would have been able to do all the advanced postures if it was a regular practice which we were doing all our life. One more time. Inhale. So again, depending on your strength and flexibility and how you develop the practice, you'll be able to lift the thighs more, lift the chest more, and stay here for a breath. Up here, breathe, and slowly exhale, come down. Release the hands and the legs. Open your feet to the side and rest. Let's do one other posture in which, Pratosh, you will do like this. You will bring the knee like this and come into this position. One leg, not like this. Knee is under only. Yes. Very nice. Okay. Bring your head forward and lie on the floor. Stretching forward. So if we bring the leg way forward and open, that would be opening the hip a lot more. But we are not bringing the front knee, we are not bringing the front leg forward. That would be slightly different. Okay. And you can just lift your chest up in this as much as you can. Come up straight up, as in lift up all the way up, straight up. Straighten your arms, straighten yourself fully. Yes, all the way back. Even take your fingertips on the floor so that you can, yes, even further back move. So if you were to raise one hand and arch back slightly, yes, very nice. Come down, change sides. So very nice. Exhale, bring your arm down and switch your legs. Yes. And then hit for the middle and rest your arms in front of you. Stretch your arms first. So stretching your back because we worked a lot on the only one movement of the lower back and the hips, which is the backward movement. So we're also ensuring that we are releasing the back and you don't carry stiffness with you if you have overworked the muscles. Okay, now lifting your chest up, straightening your arms, being on your fingertips. Further back. Very nice. Arm down. And the other side. Very nice. And arm down. And let's come into cat position. So both arms, knees. Okay, so from here, inhale. We'll just do again, continuing with our releasing, and we will be ending soon. Inhale, lift your chest up, look forward, arch your back. On the exhale, I want you to just round the. Again, just releasing. Let's do this 2 or 3 times. Inhale. Exhale. Very often, in the modern language, this is often called the cat and cow. Again, inhale, look forward, arch your back. Exhale, round your back. And good. Now go into Shashank Asana, flatten your feet. Again, release. This time you can take your arms behind you like this. And if you want, keep up. Take a few breaths, rest. You can also move your head to one side. Right side, yes. Yes. Head to the other side. Just observing yourself. How does physical practice alter the state of your mind, alter the state of your emotions, and alter the physical state? And how does it create a sense of space and spaciousness inside you? We observe all these elements. Physical practice is essentially designed in such a way you design so that you are able to sit and do breathing exercises and sit and meditate, where the mind is becoming calm, the body has become stable, the emotions are in a balanced state, so that when you are meditating, these are not going to be obstructions or hindrances. When you're ready, slowly sit up. Okay, we will do some pranayama. So we can sit in a cross-legged position. You can also sit on a stool or a chair if you want, no problems. And so sit, take a few breaths, rest, preparing yourself to do the breathing exercises. Okay. We have done Ujjain breathing in the past, but we can go over it again. So what we are doing in Ujjain breathing is we are creating a constriction in the throat. Normal breathing goes from the nostrils. Even in this, it'll be like in Ujjayi breathing, we are going to constrict the throat. So there will be a hissing sound which will come in the breathing. It would be like something like when you're going with the mouth closed. Okay. So we will do a combination of nostril breathing and Ujjayi. First, we will do what is called Anuloma Ujjayi, in which we will use the same mudra, which is both the 2 fingers to the base of the thumb, using the thumb and the ring finger, because the distance is right, and we'll go inhale from the right nostril. Release the hand. Exhale in Ujjain. Now, inhale left nostril. Exhale Ujjain. Okay. So let us do a few breaths of this. So using the mudra, if this is difficult for you, you can also do this. Keep both two fingers at the center of the forehead and use these two. So whichever one you find easy to do, but it's the ring and the thumb finger we want to ideally use for the controlling of the nostrils. So inhale from the right nostril. Pratosh, ring finger and thumb. Yeah, so if you're doing this, then inhale right nostril, release, exhale in Ujjain. Again, inhale left nostril, exhale Ujjain. So this breathing being a combination is giving us the benefit of both opening of the nadis as well as creating heat in the body. So both the things will happen. Inhale right again. Exhale Ujjain from the throat. No nostril control. Inhale left. So in pranayama, we have to see that there are only the control is there. Either you can control the breath at the nostrils or we are controlling at the throat. Exhaling in Ujjain. Let's do one more set of this, which means both nostrils. Inhale right. Exhale Ujjain. Inhale left. Exhale Ujjain. Okay. And stop for a breath. Stop for a few breaths with normal breathing. Just observing how you're feeling after this breath. Okay, we'll do the opposite of this now, in which we will inhale in Ujjayi breathing, which is the constriction at the throat, the creating of the hissing sound, and so and exhale from one nostril at a time. So, Pratosh, starting with inhale in Ujjayi, exhale from the right nostril. Again, inhale Ujjayi, exhale from the left nostril. Inhale Ujjayi, exhale right nostril. When you're done, you will have to release the neck, the finger. Again, inhale Ujjayi, exhale other nostril. So you cannot actually possibly control the breath at both places. It seems confusing, but you actually can't do it. You can either do it at the throat or the nostril. Again, inhale Ujjayi, exhale right nostril. Inhale Ujjayi, exhale left nostril. One last time. One last set. Inhale, Ujjain. Exhale, right nostril. Inhale, Ujjain. Exhale, left nostril. You can release the hand and take a few breaths. Rest. Just seated. Okay, and let's lie down and rest. You can keep it a few feet under your neck. Shavasana. Even in Shavasana, we do have variations. You can have a pillow under your knees also if you want the lower back and the arch in the back is bothering you, you can have one knee bent. You can have one hand on your belly. So see what is most comfortable and what feels good for the body. Idea being you're totally relaxed. No part of the body is held in stiffness. And you also have a sense or a feeling of letting go of the weight. So you're not carrying the weight of the body. You are in a way releasing the weight of the body into the earth. So beginning to feel the lightness. According to the Yoga Sutras, one of the results of a good physical practice is the lightness of the limbs, the lightness in the body. So if we have done a good practice, you will feel light towards the end. You won't feel heavy. So enjoy that feeling of lightness. If you have your hand on the belly, then you can feel the breath. So focusing on just right now, the breath coming and going. You don't have to consciously breathe. Let the breath happen on its own. Your hand is just telling you about the rhythm of the breath. The breath has its own rhythm. If the body is healthy, then the breath will be very relaxed. With each breath, you are feeling lighter. You're feeling more relaxed. Your breath is also becoming softer, subtler. We can map the body internally. We can start mapping it from the big toes to all the toes, the tips of the finger, the tips of your toes. The most sensitive parts of your body are your fingers, your moving up to the ankles, the calves, the knees, thighs, your hip, your pelvis, lower back. Let's stay on the lower back for a little bit. Just observing. We have worked a lot on strengthening of the lower back. So if you're feeling like you have overworked, consciously release the tension there. Consciously release the muscles. Let the breath flow in that area more. moving up to the middle back, upper back, chest, your entire torso, shoulders, upper arms, forearms, wrist. Spend some time on your fingers, your hand. Again, part of the body which is very sensitive. Moving up to your neck. Chin, your ears, cheeks, nose, eyes, forehead, your entire face, your skull, the top of the head. Every part of the body is very relaxed. The breath has also become very stable, deep, slow. And now at this point, we will completely stop doing anything. The doing is over. Now we want to just be. Let the breath come on its own. Let the body be by its own. You enjoy the feeling of being in the body. Slowly move your fingers and toes. Move your head from side to side. Okay. Retaining that sense of joy and peace. Slowly turn to one side and sit up. Open your eyes with a big smile. Then close with the prayer, universal peace and Om. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् Breathing. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you and namaste. Over to you, Aditi.
Yes, we can take up any questions if you would like to ask any question about any practice.
So I can see in the chat box, I think Sri Vidya has asked, uh, sorry, okay. So from Sri Vidya is basically for sciatica and pelvic floor strengthening. Yes. Uh, can I see Sri Vidya? Sri Vidya, would you like to put on your camera or do you prefer?
I'm here. Yeah, I think you can see me now. Thank you for this
Okay,
session.
wonderful. Okay, wonderful. So, if you are asking specifically for sciatic pain as well as your pelvic floor, so for that specifically, ideally it would be nice to, if it's only you're talking about yourself, then ideally it would be nice if we can, connect and I can give you a chart or something. But in general, for pelvic floor, you will have to work on, various forms of the bridge, the Setu Bandhasana that we did. The lying on your back and lifting the torso up. In that, yeah. So there'll be a lot of these pelvic tilts, specifically for the pelvic floor, since the focus is only on that, you'll have to do a lot of the tilts of the pelvic, you know, inhale, exhale, the muscles will have to be contracted, released. It will have to be a very focused work only on that area of the body because the pelvic floor becomes weak generally after childbirth for women and sometimes over age. So if you only want to focus on that, we'll have to do various variations of doing the bridge, the various options of pelvic tilts. We'll hold, inhale, we'll hold the muscles, exhale, we'll release. So it can be a whole program of, let's say, 10 to 15, 10 minutes every day, which is done over a period of 2 or 3 months. Then in 3 months, you'll be able to see that, yes, my pelvic floor has begun to improve, the muscles are strengthening, they are beginning to have their, strength. So specifically for pelvic floor, those are the best. Also combined with some of the exercises that we did today lying on the stomach, because they will also work. But since we're talking about the floor, you will have to work on various things of inhale, you know, mainly contraction and hold, between contraction and expansion of the lower floor. Now comes to the sciatic pain. Sciatic pain can be different for different people. So if somebody has had an injury, or mainly if it is just because of, let's say, sitting for long hours and all, then a small program in which what we've done today is good because it will strengthen the lower back and it will strengthen all the muscles around, because sciatic pain is actually starting at the lower back and going down into the leg. So it is still happening at the lower back. So few exercises lying on your stomach are good. A few safe exercises, like even doing a cat and child to stretch the lower back, yet not strain it. A standing forward bend is not recommended because there you will strain the lower back too much. So again, a program in which you are doing a small forward bend and a lot of strengthening of the back, and a few tilts. So in the last class, we had done a few spinal twists. Lying on your back, in which your spine, your abdominal is twisting. That will also help in releasing the nerve which is getting pinched in between the vertebrae. So for sciatic, I would advise gentle forward bends, a lot of strengthening of the lower back, and a few pelvic tilts. And if the person has very stiff hamstring, then of course the program to open the hamstring also. So both of these will require focused work, and you have to give yourself about consistent work of up to 3 to 4 months, and you will definitely see results in a few months. But the idea is, again, consistent, regular practice, even if it is 10 minutes a day. That's what I would advise. And sure, you're welcome. If no other questions, maybe we can close.
I had a question I posted in the chat. I've not been able to follow through the yoga sessions because it is after dinner time here. So it's best not to do yoga after dinner time. But probably I'll catch up on the sessions during my exercise time.
Sure.
I wanted to know more about mudra yoga. I've heard a lot of benefits of doing certain mudras. I mean, any experiences or anything that
what happens is basically, in a way, whenever you place any part of the body on another, that is in a way a mudra. Because you're focusing on that part, you are removing certain blockages, you are activating certain centers in the body. So what you can incorporate all of this into your regular practice. You don't have to do a separate thing. So for example, even when we are doing raising arms, you can go inhale, raising arms. So for that, you will work on enhancing that particular element in your body, because each of these are representing elements in the body. So that will come into that. So it depends again on what you are working on. So all of that can be incorporated into your normal practice also. For that, you will have to have a little bit of knowledge of, what the 5 fingers are, how they represent, like bringing it to the base of the thing reduces the element, and touching it to the top increases the element. So it is very common to do this. You can also do this while doing pranayama also. So let's say you're doing pranayama, you can touch on different parts of the body, and that will also work on the different elements of the body. So having said that, I mean, you might, for the sake of convenience, people call it mudra yoga, but actually it is use of mudras in your practice as well as your everyday life in order to bring about changes. So it can be done separately also. It can be done in your pranayama practice. It can be done even while doing your asana practice.
Okay. Thank you. Will those mudras be taught in this session? Because I've seen there are many mudras.
We might, maybe next class, now that you have mentioned it, I can bring in a few of these mudras. We can do them actually towards in the pranayama. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I think if we have no more questions, we can close today's session. So thank you, everyone. And we meet tomorrow for another theory session, which will be on understanding our kidneys. And we close with a moment of silence. Thank you.